Okay, this is the Tuesday, June the 9th, 2020 meeting of the Village of New Paltz Environmental Policy Board. My name is Ted Nitz. I'm the chair of the board. We'll let the other members introduce themselves. Rachel, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Rachel. Lagaka. I live in the village. So I'm on the environmental I'm on the board. I've been there for a long time.
She's also our secretary. Don?
That's right.
All right. And Ariana is our scribe this evening, taking notes and with the village. We've distributed the agenda. Did you get any other comments? So I will call the meeting to order. We normally give an opportunity for the public to comment. I'm not seeing anyone. We will assume there's none, but if there are any other comments, certainly welcome to email the village. Let us know what's going on. No public hearings are scheduled for this evening. Administrative actions, I'll look for a motion to approve the agenda for this evening.
So moved.
Okay. It's been moved. Rachel, I have a second?
Yes. Second.
Right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. Approval of the minutes. Ariana, we had the minutes out for last month, correct?
I believe so. Yeah, I think I sent them right after the meeting.
Yeah, it was right after the meeting. I didn't have any comments. I didn't receive any other comments, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes from May.
Second.
Moved. It's been seconded. Any discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye. Aye. And then May minutes were approved. There's no claims. Any announcements for the Environmental Policy Board this evening? Okay, move on to the next category. The next item is the Village Planning Board. We act as a liaison to the Village Planning Board, and Don heads up that effort for us. Don, you want to give us an update?
A fascinating meeting. I could go on for a half hour. I will not. There are no applications in front of the Planning Board. There were numerous accusations made, followed by the resignation of the chair, who later invoked whistleblower status. But none of that has to do with the environment. So let's move on.
I want to hear that. What did he do? What did he get accused of?
I'll talk to you offline. It's not for the Environmental Policy Board.
Cool. Well, it means that they're looking for a new chair, new member, right?
They may be.
We are definitely looking for members. So if you know anybody, if you are interested yourselves, I definitely welcome applications. You can send them to me. So convenient for you.
Great.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Okay. The next item is awareness and collaboration report from the town's Environmental Conservation Board. The town has a similar organization, the Environmental Conservation Board. I serve on that also. I was not at the, well, wait a minute. I was at the last meeting of the Environmental Conservation Board, and much like this, the planning board for the town is not entertaining a lot of submittals at this time. We do meet later this week. We meet tomorrow, so I think we'll have more of an update after that. Later on the agenda, I do have a presentation on the town's behalf of the town's MS4 program. Next item is the Environmental Policy Board reports from officers, committee members, things that we're working on with this group. The first item is the plastic bags in the village. I would say that such an effort has stalled here for the last couple of months. And with the virus response, temporarily plastic bags are being allowed as we work through this issue. But I think once things are over with, we'll return and start to implement more plastic prevention methods for the village and the town. Residential refuse trash collection contract. There's no developments since the last meeting, but we'll continue to note that having a single hauler has done a great job for reducing vehicle miles, truck miles, air pollution, for the community. Next item is B City. Rachel, do you have any update for B City?
Sure. Well, I haven't, there's not much of an update. I have not heard back from Brian, whose last name I don't even know, from Clemson Brewery. I've emailed him twice now. And I really don't know what's going on over there. Like, I guess they're not focused so much on landscaping, but I still feel like the fact that he didn't cut those trees down is awesome. And he really was very judicious about which trees he cut down. And so there's really not a whole lot of space there for planting, even though I screwed up on the plant order. I did get him a plant, but it's a good thing I didn't get all those little things that I was originally going to get for him, because I had somebody give me some money to buy some plants to put there. What I have is a red osier dogwood that I got. If you can see it right here, see the little blooms on it. And it's supposed to be the perfect thing for growing by the river. And it's very pollinator friendly, and it spreads, and it's very pretty, and it makes pretty flowers, and it doesn't grow really tall. So it's perfect. But unless I just go and do a guerrilla planting on his property, that's the only choice I have if he doesn't get back to me, or I have to plant it somewhere else, of course, whatever. So I don't know what's up with that. And I have lots of seedlings that I grew from seed of something called Lacey Facelia. And it's just starting to bloom. And I'd really like to look for places to put it. If anybody knows, look at this little, I don't know if I have a hard time with this little purple flower. Isn't that cute? And it ends up like growing. They grow in like a little spiral. They're really pretty. And those are also good for the bees. The Foster Hive is at Huguenot Street Farm. And I'm just doing that myself, just to put more bees in the area until people can get wrap their head around having more bees around, more beehives, honeybees. And I see honeybees everywhere. I see them in the Harcourt. They're on the blackberry flowers. But we haven't done anything really official. Like, it's just kind of, that's just where we are as far as that goes. I don't know what else we can do. I plan to make some seed bombs, but I don't know what else we can do really to, we're hoping, Ariana and I were going to work on something for the front of Village Hall, which is right now like a very barren, desolate kind of a spot. Used to have lots of flowers on it. And I guess I've mentioned this before, that the current method for groundkeeping, the grounds of the Village Hall, is basically that they use a gas-powered weed whacker, whack everything down until it's a 1/4 inch tall, regardless of what it is. And then they get a leaf blower and they blow everything out, like all the dirt. So it doesn't have, there's not much, that's what they do. That's all they do. They take a weed whacker and a leaf blower. And I had gotten some traction on getting leaf blowers banned because they're horrible. But I don't know exactly where that's going. People just say, yeah, that's a good idea, but no one's actually banned them. Other towns have done it, and I provided links to that too, to other towns that have banned leaf blowers. But I don't know what anyone else thinks of that.
So, Rachel, your hive, how is that going? Have you visited? It's producing? Are they doing well? How's that hive going? I'm interested.
Oh, they're doing really well. The bees that I have, I actually put 2 hives at the farm, because one's the Foster Hive and the other one, my own bees swarmed. And that's how they reproduce. And I got a friend to help me, and we put the swarm in a box, and we took that to the farm too. So there's 2 beehives there now. So if you treat them right, they make more bees for you.
All right. And the gentleman that you worked with, he comes out there like once a month and checks up on it, or?
Yeah, more than that, actually. Yeah, it's more like twice a month. He goes and he checks up on it, and he tells me what I should have done. And we look for the queen, and we look to see how well is the queen doing. That's what it's all about. Is she laying lots of eggs? Is she, making lots of brood? Are they making lots of honey? And I guess they're doing well. He's put, they call it a super, when you put another box on top to collect the honey, and he's done that. So yeah, he does the work. I don't have to go in there and do that myself. And it's not the easiest thing in the world. But if you wear the right protective equipment, you don't get stung.
Okay. Next item is composting the village. Fiona and Annabelle are both not able to join us this evening, so we'll have an update with that next time. Old business. We had a review and update of the idling laws for New Paltz. I think we're still waiting for some type of direction from the state or our localities. The next item is solar panel installation at the town landfill. That project is still working through the negotiations of a contract with the selected contractors, HESP, out of New Jersey. Those discussions are still going on. There's no announcement or anything in front of the town board at this time. Subject tasks. We talked about looking at the website, materials, and the Environmental Policy Board budget. I haven't seen anything about updates, materials on the website, but Ariana, is there budget discussions for us for the upcoming year?
Your budget is the same for the upcoming year. So I think it was $1,000 total, 500 for admin and 500 for, discretionary spending, conferences, printing, whatever things that you have spent money on, whatever you would like to spend money on, as long as you vote to do so.
Okay. All right. And then the last time is the NRI Grant, National Resource Inventory, or Natural Resource Inventory. And the EPB, I am volunteering on that group as part of our local match for that. And it's moving right along. And I think we have a pretty good draft that's being internally reviewed right now. So we're making progress on it. Well, I say we, they are making good progress on it. New business. Any new business for the EPB?
I can back to the solar panel. I just wanted to reiterate that cutting trees down to put the solar panels up is something I think we should disagree with. I'm all in favor of the solar panels, but I think that they should be put someplace where they don't have to cut trees down, and that there are plenty of other places. If you look, just for example, where the town hall used to be, that whole site has been raised. There's nothing there. You could put them there. There's like another, I just feel like cutting trees down is a bad idea.
Okay.
For reasons I've already stated.
Yeah, the town board has asked for 2 proposals from HESP. One that includes solar panels just on the landfill area itself, and then one that includes maximizing the number of panels for the capacity of the interconnection, which would be additional acres around the landfill that are currently wooded. So the town board has asked for 2. Neither has been submitted yet as they go through negotiations on the contract itself.
Well, I'm going to make a motion. I probably will not pass, but I'll make a motion that we advise the town board that the EPB is not in favor of trading trees for solar panels.
I second that.
Well, you're going to have to find a third vote somewhere, Rachel.
There's no one else to vote. Okay.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 All opposed, nay. I'll say nay. But I do look forward to talking about it once we have something to discuss in
Sure.
writing.
No problem.
Just trying to move the meeting along.
Yep. All right. So any other new business?
Well, I remain really curious about the proposal for the pit, but there is no proposal for the pit yet. So let's keep
There's
watching.
nothing yet.
No, they haven't made any applications.
I'm very interested in that. I don't know
I'll
if
keep
I have to
posted.
use myself from it.
If anything happens on that, you'll be the second to know.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good opportunity for us as the EPB to be involved in that site review process from the ground up, we'll say.
Could I make a suggestion? If we're going from the ground up, the secret process allows us to suggest an alternative. We could start working on that now, and then we'd have an alternative to suggest to them.
An alternative what?
An alternative to whatever they're proposing. So they could look at it early.
Well, I'm not aware that we've seen any kind of site drawings or anything like that. Is there anything in the record right now, Don, except for what they proposed a couple of years ago?
They asked some questions about what fees would be. And that's how the planning board was aware that they were looking at submitting something. But beyond asking those questions, they haven't shown anything.
They had one little map. I believe you sent it around, Don.
It was, they had asked a series of questions of the planning board about if we made a proposal, what would the fees be? But I know they have stated what their intentions are in terms of numbers of rooms and things. But there's been no formal application to the planning board.
No, definitely not a formal application.
But yeah, no, I think there were some drawings. So Rachel, if you want to get out your red pen, you know.
Okay. Well, I mean, the things that I'm interested in are, I'm interested because I feel like we made all this progress in daylighting that stream, and the stream that we daylighted the stream in Peace Park, and that same stream goes through that property, and so it's open, you know, and most of the proposals I've looked at have involved filling it in, covering it over. And I'd like to see that. I'd like to see the water kept open, if that's at all feasible.
You can tell the planning board, you know, that if such a project comes in front of them, that's you know, of interest and priority, they should look at that.
Yeah.
You can send that email anytime, you know.
Okay. Any other new business? All right. The next item is other items of interest for the EPB. One of the things I have listed is the town's MS4 annual report cover page. I've got that draft document here. Coming up on June 18th, there'll be a presentation by myself, maybe others with Walden, about the town of New Paltz's annual MS4 report. And so I put this on the agenda. I'm also presenting the same material tomorrow at the town's Environmental Conservation Board as just a short opportunity to find out or learn more about what the town is doing with their annual requirements for keeping stormwater cleaner on the communities. And part of the MS4 program itself is getting the information out for people to know. So this is, you know, taking advantage of that opportunity. It'll be real quick because if you do want to see the full presentation, it'd be at the June 18th town meeting. The MS4 program is set up on a municipality type basis. The town of New Paltz is an entity that prepares these reports. The village does too, and the village has already gone through their annual report. It's been posted, it's on their website. But they file theirs separately also. The MS4 program has 6, they're called minimum controls to help keep stormwater cleaner. The first of the minimum controls is partner information outreach, and the town uses the Wallkill River Watershed Alliance for a lot of those activities. It's been a partnership for several years. And the Wallkill River Watershed Alliance does a number of things with public outreach and public participation. First 2 categories. The first category is called public education and outreach. And the town has a number of displays in town, uses the newspaper ads and public events, including or places, the town recycling center, the Watershed Summit that's held once a year, the and the New Paltz Regatta, which helps get information about why it's important to keep our rivers and stormwater clean. The second minimum control is public involvement and participation. This annual report is part of that. The annual report goes out once a year. It's also published or available at the town hall and the library, and is published on the website. The third category is illicit discharge, detection and elimination. Anything that's not supposed to get into the stormwater system, which goes directly to the river, is considered an illicit discharge, or that's the term for it. Illicit discharge can be anything from a failed or failing septic system to someone dumping their motor oil or something out back behind their house. Any of those illicit type discharges that are suspected, the town has a system in place to investigate and follow up on those. Last year there were 3 are suspected illicit discharges. All 3 of them were investigated by the town, and none of them were confirmed to be an actual discharge, but all 3 of them were investigated. The town will continue to do that as part of their effort for that third item in the MS4 program. The fourth item is for construction site stormwater runoff control, or looking at actual construction sites and preventing erosion from taking place at those. During the calendar year of last year for 2019, no additional sites were authorized or permitted or went through the program, but there were 3 sites that are ongoing. A couple of them ended their activity last year as part of the town's program. The 5th measure is post-construction stormwater management. We're looking at those stormwater control mechanisms and how they're performing after they've been built. The town keeps an eye on infiltration basins, open channels, and ponds throughout the town area. They do an inventory, they do inspections, and they do maintenance on those facilities that have been turned over to the town for ongoing maintenance for those, so that they work right. And then the last category, minimum control measure number 6, is overall stormwater management for municipal operations. And that includes sweeping parking lots. It does include sweeping streets, which we've talked about with this board. And then fertilizers, and keeping an eye on the amounts of those things used. The town does not have a dedicated parking lot or street sweeping program other than cleaning up leaves and limbs in the spring and the fall, respectively. And they're not using any fertilizers or herbicides as part of their ongoing programs. Training opportunities, the town took advantage of 2 training opportunities for staff last year and looks forward to doing more this year. That is all 6 of the items for minimum controls as part of the annual report process. If there's any questions, the full report will be posted on the internet and available at the town hall and the library. And again, June 18th is the town's official annual report. That'll be similar to what I just provided, and give the public an opportunity for questions, concerns in regards to that topic. Can I address any questions?
Thank you, Ted.
I appreciate the opportunity. All right. Any other items for the board, the Environmental Policy Board with the village?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah,
Heard a motion to adjourn. I have a second. Any other discussion?
yeah. Well, next time I want to talk about air pollution.
Okay. We'll note it under other items of the EPB that next time we'll add air pollution topic to our discussions. Perhaps we'll meet in person. We'll see.
Nice.
And With that, I will ask for a vote to adjourn the meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Ariana, thank you for keeping an eye on us this evening. Look
You're
for-
very welcome. Thank you.
and everyone enjoy your evening.
Right.